Notepad, just to jot down your feelings. It really helps if you don't want to talk to anyone. You can write it all out and then do what you want with the paper afterwards. Hello, my name is Elliot and I'm 15 years old and this is my story.
Hello everyone, I'm Nazia Yousaf. I'm the lead assessor for Murray Hall's Breaking Silence project. Today I have with me Elliot, who was one of our previous clients, and he's here to talk about his journey and his story and the support he's received with Murray Hall through the Breaking Silence project. So do you mind talking to us a bit about how we all started, what happened, what were you going through?
So throughout primary and going into middle school, I did have a lot of bullying and teasing from others, and so my confidence wasn't that good, and so making friends I found hard, and so going into secondary I found was very hard, and going into secondary I didn't feel like I fit in, and so I felt like I struggled. And then when I started getting feelings that my gender wasn't right and all these confusing feelings, it only got worse, and I started to feel a lot more down and confused and frustrated. Mainly I would just talk to my friends and tell them how I feel, or I would try and distract myself, but the feelings were still there, and I still felt really down and sad and just didn't know what to do. I think it was when...
Did it take some time to be able to feel that you can approach someone to talk about how you were feeling, what you were going through?
Yeah, it took a while for me to be able to trust someone or be able to speak up.
And you mentioned some of your friends, so was your friends aware of what you were going through?
I don't think my friends fully understood. I know they were there for me and that they would always listen, but I don't think they fully understood what I was going through. After I felt like I'd had enough and that I just needed to get it off my chest. I was just not myself. I was lying a lot to people and getting in lots of trouble, and I was always upset or sad about something, and I just wasn't myself. I remember school told us about services online like Childline and Coop, and I would sometimes go on there and talk to people, or I would sometimes go to a teacher and say this is how I felt. I found it helped a lot, especially with the coping box that I was given, that helped me distract me and helped me get through it. And I feel like the session I did really helped, and the over the phone sessions I did during quarantine just gave me someone to vent out while everything was going really bad for me.
Because you had one-to-one sessions with a therapist, so you looked at creative ways as to how you can cope with your emotions. So was there any positive strategies that you were able to take away with you and implement?
One thing we did was looking at a list of goals and seeing if we could go accomplish those goals, and it's just giving me something to look forward to in the future and not to give up, which I found really helpful.
So would you say you've implemented some of those strategies in your daily routine, in your daily life? Some of the emotions are sometimes really high, but you've got positive mechanisms in place that you've been able to get from the therapists. Has that been beneficial for you?
Yeah.
In your journey?
Yeah. I'd say it's hard and you may feel alone or that there's no one you can speak to, but it's always best to speak to someone before it's too late and the feelings get too overwhelming, because if you just hold it all back and no one knows what you're going through or how you feel, then it can be difficult for you to get the help that you need.
Thank you very much. We have got a little rising star here for you because we believe that you are our rising star. You are one of our success stories at Murray Hall for the Breaking Silence project. So that's just a little something for you to say thank you.
Thank you. What we did in the sessions, it was mainly she let me talk and let me get my feelings out and what was happening with me at the moment, and it was just like a little vent out for me. So all my pent up frustrations I was having and all my anxieties I was having, I just vented out to her, and it was just like a nice little session, getting advice and being able to just tell someone how I felt and just being able to just talk to someone. I was doing self-harm. It was like an every few month thing, like my emotions would build up and I would just let it out by self-harm, which wasn't a really good coping method. And so when I came to Breaking Silence and I got a coping box and I did an art session and then I did the therapy, it really helped. So in coping box there are like little things to play with, so you've got bubble wrap, which is like the popping and being able to feel it can really help. There's a mini first aid kit, which I think is really nice touch, because if you do something, you can look after yourself and make sure you don't get any infections or anything, which really helps. A coping method I was taught about is holding ice. The kind of burning feeling of the cold is a stimulus of pain, which doesn't affect you as much, so this bag, which you can fill with water to make ice cubes, can really help. A notepad, just to like jot down your feelings, and it really helps if you don't want to talk to anyone. You can write it all out and then do what you want with the paper afterwards. A pen, because you can use it to do drawing, to distract yourself, or a good thing I was taught that a pen is the same feeling as if you were to self-harm, so instead of actually doing it, you're more drawing on yourself than actually doing it. Little fiddly toys is really helpful because it's just something small that you can hold or play with, and an elastic band is another coping method to do instead of actually self-harming, where you'd like pull it and just slapping it on. It can really help. And as well, blue tack really helps as well, just like a little thing to play with. Especially like the stuff that you fiddle with, like if I was in public, strapping this around my wrist and just like playing with that if I was anxious would really help and keep me calm.
And you've been using your coping box since you've accessed Murray Hall support, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you're still using it just with some of the anxiety, daily stresses with daily life.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Anything else?